Hey guys, welcome back. We are back. We're about to do a low income payday routine, and we're going to talk about my journey to early retirement. Because y'all been here any amount of time, y'all know the countdown is on. The countdown is on. So first, my name is Joy. I am 49 years old. I will be 50 in 41 days. By the time y'all see this, today is Tuesday. Y'all will see this on Wednesday. It'll be 40 days until I am 50 years old. And right now I work as an educational sign language interpreter. I have my notes here, y'all. I had to go back to the notes because otherwise I'd just be talking. But I earn a low income, and to me, anything under $100,000 is low income, especially for this day and age and this economy and everything. So mine is super low, child, because it is $39,745 for the 24-25 school year, and we get paid for 10 months of work, but they spread it out over 12 months. And so I work with even less than I wish I was working with every paycheck. So I will be getting a new salary letter for the upcoming school year, the 25-26 school year. I will be getting a new salary letter, which is sure to still be in the low income bracket. Yep, it will be. And so I get paid twice per month. Yeah, we just get paid twice per month, but only for 10 months of work. And that's why I like, so teacher pay or educator pay, they always spread it out over 12 months so it can look like we're getting paid when we're not working, when really they're just giving us the money we should have been paid already. And that's why a lot of educators like work extra during the summer or do things to supplement their incomes and things like that. And if you guys have been here for any length of time, you know I am doing the Dave Ramsey Total Money Makeover. I've done Financial Peace University, and by done, I went to a few sessions. I didn't go to all of it. I did learn a lot. It did become overwhelming, like things I just wasn't ready for. Like I think the insurance part got overwhelming for me, like how to figure out like your insurance and what is that called? Like car insurance and life insurance, like whatever that's called, all that got overwhelming. And I think I was like, this is too much for me. So I do plan on doing it again, but I need to not be like overwhelmed by that, because it's a lot thinking about the end of your life and who benefits from that, and if you get in a car accident, all that stuff. I was like, this is a lot. That wasn't the fun part to me. The fun part is the wealth building part. It's the getting out of debt and the saving the money and the wealth building. And so I don't think I was like mentally ready for all that, like insurance talk and stuff like that. So anyway, we are talking, and I'm going to be preparing food for dinner like while we talk. Today was our last day of summer school, and I just got home, and I was like, I need to put out a video because I haven't, because I've just been busy, whatever. So because I'm doing a total money makeover, I am on baby step number 2. Baby step number 1 was to save $1,000 in a start emergency fund. That is done, that is set, finished. And now I am on baby step number 2, which is the debt snowball, and I have $6,220.73 left in debt, and that's just my car. So today we're gonna do my payday routine, reviewing my June 15th paycheck and expenses. You guys know, like at the end of the school year, like throughout the summer we get 5 paychecks, but like we get them all like within 2 weeks in June. And so I'm gonna like just be breaking those up over the summer. I have exactly 3 weeks before I go back to work, maybe a day less than 3 weeks. I go back at the end of July because I have a student who starts early because of marching band, unless something changes, and unless something changed. So that's what it is. So also, if you've been here a while, you know that I plan to retire from 9 to 5 work by the time I'm 55. And I think that when I've been talking about it, I've just been talking about like all these things that I want to do, like all these things, and I just haven't been able to do it because I just haven't, like, and so I needed to just scale everything back and just get more practical about it, and you know, and just get more practical about it. Like, what can I do today? You know what I mean? Like, what can I do today? Where am I at today? What can I do today? What can I make that look like? How can I maximize the rest of this year, which is 2025? And so that's what I'm gonna be talking about later on, just practical things. And why do I want to retire at 55? That's a good question. So working my job, and if you've kept up with any of the, like, if you work, I guess, a salaried job, you don't work for yourself, but you work like a salaried job or whatever, you know that, like, because they need to keep money in rotation for like Social Security and everything, every year almost, it's like if you have kids, they'll probably have to work into their 70s. Like right now, it's like you have to work until 67 before I start collecting Social Security. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna be working myself to the bone at 67 years old. Like, I have a life to enjoy that I want to enjoy. No digs to people that are doing that, but if I can plan ahead and plan differently and just plan for something different, then that's what I'm gonna do. And I just feel like I can't imagine myself just like, I don't know. I work with a couple of people who are like close to retirement and just crotchety and wish they made more money and things like that. And I've been listening to them for the past few years now. And so now I'm just like, if my outcome can be different, then that's what I'm gonna do. Right now I'm just cutting up some like thin ribeye steak. I'm making some beef fried rice with cauliflower rice and veggies I have in the freezer. I have so much stuff and I just need to cook it. And so I bought these ribeyes, I thawed them, and I forgot about them and I didn't cook them, so now I need to use them. So that's why that's the meal of choice for today. And so yeah, we'll talk more about that when I get to the retirement journey portion of it. And also, I don't know what my life is going to look like in the next 5 years, because it's legit 5 years until like I decide to retire. And I will be talking about just things I'm setting in place to just set myself up for the future. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so we'll talk about that when we get there. But right now, we're just going to talk about the June 15th paycheck. And that paycheck, my net that I brought home was $1,380.16. And I was able to earn a little extra money because I did some extra duty pay, but I don't really remember exactly what that was. I think it was, we had a meeting one day for our universal team. That's where we talk about PBIS, which is positive behavior interventions and solutions. We talk about that before we go into the new school year. So I'm on that committee and we did get paid for that meeting. And I don't know what else it was for, because I got paid for 7 hours and I'm not sure. So I don't know, that was 5 hours. So I'm not sure what the other 2 hours were. I tried to go back and research it. I don't know, but so I did get paid extra. So before deductions, my gross pay was $1,874.44. Like, just imagine if I could bring that home. One day. So of course I tithe. You guys know I tithe 10% of my gross pay. So my tithe was $188. I just rounded up. And then personal maintenance is like my meds or like Advil or nails done or makeup, whatever. I use personal maintenance for that, and so that's $60. Again, I wish I had the technology or knew how to use the technology to be able to like put it here so you could like see it deduct. one of these days I'm gonna get somebody to show me how to do that. I'm not a big editor, y'all know. I just hit record, finish, and I upload it. That's about the extent of what I do. And so I might merge clips together if I have more than one clip, and that's about it. But I do want to improve that. Like if I have to like buy a software or buy an app or whatever to do that, then I'm going to try to do that this year before 2025, because I can write it off next year in my taxes as a YouTube creator, or YouTube channel, y'all know, content creator. So I'll be able to write that off. My accountant is really good. He's always asking, like, are you taking classes? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that in the retirement journey, because we got to start somewhere. We got to set ourselves up, right? All right, so personal maintenance was $60. Planet Fitness is $25 a month. So I did that, and I like Planet Fitness. So actually, I might cancel it because I did buy an exercise bike. Well, actually, I need a treadmill. So I might not cancel it this year, but I use Planet Fitness when I can't run outside because it's either too hot or too cold to run outside. So I'll go to Planet Fitness and use indoor treadmill. But I haven't been able to run at all because I'm injured. I haven't run since that last race that I posted, my last vlog. So I might actually have to go to the doctor this time because it's been lingering for a while. So we'll see. I don't want to go to the doctor. I want it to just be healed, but I might need to use some wisdom. Especially because I want to run again. I don't want to. So I've been using an exercise bike to still get exercise, try to strengthen the muscles around my knee. That's the injured part. And so more on that later. So my car payment was $355. Groceries, $100. My gas is $100. I don't really need as much gas because I'm not going all the way to the high school. And then the month of July, the next 3 weeks, I'll be going to church, to the grocery store, and church. That's where I'll be going. I mean, unless I meet somebody for lunch or something like that. But yeah, I won't be using as much gas, so I'll just, obviously it'll just sit there. Like, I'm not gonna use it for something else. And then my cell phone was $105. And then Annie's Kit Club, that's my crochet, what do you call it? Like a subscription that I use. So instead of subscriptions like Prime or Netflix or, Hulu and stuff like that, I do a crochet, and I'll be excited to show you guys the blanket that I've made by the end. And Capital One, I paid that off. That was $218.21. So those are the things that, those were the expenses that came out of that paycheck. And I had $199 left over. I'm gonna let y'all guess what I did. I can tell you what I didn't do. I didn't make an extra car, I didn't add on extra money to my car payment. I didn't do that. I don't think, at least not in my notes. According to my notes, that's not what I did. I actually bought stuff on Amazon, but I'm done spending. This is July 1st, so this July 1st is like a no spend month. I just have to reel some things in because I feel like I'm spending and I don't even realize that I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So I just need to no spending, just only my groceries, the things that I have to get. My groceries, my personal maintenance, those things, and everything else just kind of stays. I don't need to buy clothes. I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing. I might want lots of things, but I don't need anything. So this month we're not gonna spend. It's July. I really wanna, it's kind of like a spending fast. Going into my 50th year, I just really want to be light, be clear-headed going forward. I just want to make space for the things that I'm supposed to be doing. And I need to not be worried about like spending or overspend, like things like that, because that takes up mental space, and I don't want to do that. I want to be clear-headed, like when the Holy Spirit telling me what I got to do, what I need to make space for. And I can't do that like if I'm constantly like playing catch up with myself. Like I can't just be ready. You know what I mean? I want to just be ready for whatever the next thing is. I don't want to have to like keep getting ready, because I feel like every time I do that, I feel like I keep starting over, and I don't want to keep doing that because I feel like I'm wasting time. I'm just wasting time, and I don't want to do that anymore. So I did spend money, and also I received my extra duty check for working spring sports at the high school. I think in the last video I told y'all I was gonna make an extra car payment. I didn't. And I know it's a series of unfortunate decision making on my part, but let me tell you what I did do with it. So I tithed $79. I really only had to tithe $78, but I'm so used to like round it up that it was $79. So, and then I paid off my Kohl's card, which is $117. So I did accomplish a couple things. I did pay off Capital One. I paid off Kohl's, so I don't have any credit card debt or anything like that. So those things are gone, and I only have my car debt left. And then I spent $399 at Amazon initially. And then DoorDash was $35. I'm telling you, I think that is the most dumb expenditure, because like the meal I bought was probably only $15. And by the end of it, it's like $35. So ridiculous. And then I did another Amazon order for $124, and from that check I had $26 left over, which it's just in the bank account. I didn't assign it to anything. I didn't assign it to anything, so that's where we are. And so I should have put it towards the car payment. I didn't. I feel like I need to not need instant like gratification. Like paying the car note is the smart thing to do. Like paying more towards my car loan is the smart thing to do, but it doesn't give me instant gratification because it doesn't do anything. Like it doesn't do anything, because even if I put all $780 towards the car loan, I still have $5,000 left to pay. You know what I mean? It would have been more gratifying if I only had $500 left to pay on the car or something like that. So I just need to be okay with not always needing to like be excited and be like, oh, like, yeah, I got to be excited about something, looking forward to what Amazon's going to bring, you know, things like that. I need to just learn how to be content is what I need to do, because I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing. So, yes, so I've wasted a lot of money, but I do feel like I'm still on track to have the car paid off by the end of this year, the end of 2025. And by on track, I didn't crunch any numbers. I don't know how much money I need to pay towards the car every month. I didn't do that, but I believe that if I am doing the right things, then good things come to me. Good things come to me. I open myself up for more income to come in, because I'm not weighed down, and I'm like ready to be able to like take on more work to earn more money, or you know, things like that. And so yeah, I could have been so much further along. This year was just not the year I anticipated having. I thought this was going to be my year of just getting everything done. I was going to have $11,000 saved at the end of the year, and that didn't happen. So we're just going to reel it back in. We're just going to reel it back in. I'm not starting over. I have made a lot of progress, and now we're just going to pick it up and just really get practical, like as I'm on this early retirement journey, right? And so, and also during this early retirement journey process, it's like, well, if I'm retiring early from 9 to 5, and it's not that I don't want to work and not that I don't want to bring in more income and things like that. I just want to I guess not be in the rat race, kind of like, I don't know, and I want to flesh that out more too. Like, if I'm not going to a 9 to 5, like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And I don't know. The Holy Spirit could be preparing me for something else. I could travel. I could, like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I just do feel an urgent, not an urgency, but a push to, like, get baby step number 2 done, get baby step number 3 done, because now it's like, okay, like, now I'm in like the wealth building phase. Well, not right away, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm getting closer to that part. So getting into the early retirement plan, I didn't rehearse any of this before I started talking, so I just be talking. I didn't rehearse any of this. I'm just cutting up this meat. Yep, and then I'm gonna start cooking eventually. But for the early retirement plan, I know, like, last year I had like all these grandiose plans. I was gonna have a vending machine, I'm gonna get into real estate investment, but I need to build a foundation first, right? I need to build a foundation first. Those things are great, they are on the shelf, but because I need to build a foundation first. So realistically speaking, what is in my control at this moment is what I'm gonna use for the remainder of 2025. So the plan is to pay my car off by 2025, and that sets me up to start 2026 to start saving 6 months of income. And I've done the calculations before, because I'll be out of debt, and so, you know, with the debt snowball or whatever money I've been paying towards my car, like my car payment, that now goes into savings to build my fully funded emergency fund, which for me, I've calculated to be $11,000. And I put it in a video last year, like how I came up with that number. The baby step number 3 is to save 3 to 6 months of expenses. So it's not 3 to 6 months of like paychecks, it's expenses. So what are your expenses? Would be your rent or your mortgage, your utilities, car insurance, like homeowners insurance, whatever kind of insurances you have, life insurance, whatever those things are that you have. But because you're out of debt, those expenses are so much lower than you think they are. You know what I mean? So it's not like I have to save up 6 months of income, it's 6 months of expenses. I like the 6 months of income better, but I did over budget for some of my expenses, just because, like, maybe I want to eat out more, or maybe I want to be able to do whatever more. So I did do that. Like, I inflated some of my expenses, so it's not quite 6 months of income, it's still 6 months of expenses, but like some of those expenses are inflated, because I'm like, I might not be able to eat out every week now, but then I might want to be able to do that, or I want to have like the flexibility to do that if I want, you know what I mean, like if I travel more or something like that. So yeah, so that's baby step number 3. So that is like the starting block, is to get that 3 to 6 months of expenses, which for me, I'm estimating $11,000. And so I'm also planning on increasing my income over the next year and a half. Just plain increasing my income. How can I be more valuable as a team member at work, right? And so part of it is, so you guys know that I've been working at the high school for like the past 5 years. I was a new interpreter. I worked at the high school. I love working at the high school. I love the kids, the team that I work with, and everything. But I think at the end of this last year, I think I started feeling like I'm ready for something different, like a new challenge or a new something. And one of those things is I wanted to move into early childhood. That's what I did for summer school, and be the interpreter for our teacher. There's more deaf adults in that building. There's more like meetings and opportunities to not just like, I mean, if you're not an interpreter, you might not understand what I'm saying, but not just interpret with my hands, but voice interpret for deaf individuals who don't use their speaking voice. So I would do that. So I would do that, and so there's more opportunity for that in that business. So I was like kind of ready for a new challenge, but when I took it to my supervisor, she had already promised that position to somebody else, and so okay, so that's fine. So the only other option I have is to like do part-time at the high school and part-time over there, but that would depend on students at the high school, like if anybody moves or like what the numbers look like and things like that. So I'm content staying at the high school, but I am looking for more opportunity to be challenged, you know, because I feel like if you don't want to be challenged anymore, if you don't want to grow anymore, then it's time to go, right? And so I do want to be challenged. I don't want to be complacent. I want to improve my skill set because you never know. You never know what can happen in the future, like where it can take me in the future. And so, yeah, so I want to do that. So, so before the start of the new school year, I will be getting a new salary letter. So right now, like it's $39,000 for this past school year. So this upcoming school year, I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's going to be $42,000 plus because we have a new collective bargaining agreement, and so there have been some changes made to the interpreter pay scale salary thing. And so I believe that's going up, and it'll go up for so in that collective bargaining agreement is for the 25-26 school year, 26-27, and 27 and 28. So every year it goes up. And so that means my salary will go up, but my expenses should stay the same or decrease, right? Because I'm getting out of debt. So if I'm out of debt by the end of this year, by the end of 2025, then imagine how much more I can like put towards savings in the new in the upcoming year in 2026. And so so yeah, so hopefully with the new pay scale I can put more money towards the car payment, towards the car loan, so that maybe if I pay it off earlier, I can start saving earlier as well, you know. And so then you guys know I took my interpreter test again. I should be getting the results of that in September. So with that license, so if I get a passing score, I pass it, I can get my state license, which then qualifies me to receive a $500 stipend for the upcoming school year. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's more than zero. So I can be eligible for a $500 stipend every year because with that license, there's more levels of interpreting that you can do. And one of those is interpreting for the deaf adult. So right now, my license qualifies me to interpret for deaf children, like deaf students, K-12. And this summer I was able to interpret for the deaf teacher that we had because she accepts basically any interpreter. Like if you're qualified to interpret in the school, then she accepts. Like if you work well with her and you've proven that you can do the job, then she'll work with you. The only issue is when you go into IEP meetings, I can't do that with the current license that I have or the current like approval that I have, because those are legal. Like those meetings are like can be held up in court. Like those are like legal, that's like legal documentation. So I wouldn't be able to do that. But with the new license, I'll be eligible to be able to do that. If they needed me to come in and be able to interpret those meetings, I can do that. And so, yeah, so the goal is to have passed the test. If I don't pass, I can take it again in December. And so, but my prayers are that I've passed. I feel good about it. I definitely feel better about it than I did the first time I took it. I was super nervous the first time. The second time, I was able to go in with some strategies, able to keep my life together while I interpreted, and so I feel good about it. So hopefully, it's a good outcome. So that increased my salary, but also with that state license, I will be able to pick up work outside of the school. So right now with my current approval, my current licensure or whatever, I can only work in K-12 settings. I can only work in school settings. But with the new license, I can pick up other work. I can do community college. I can do sports like at a park district or lots of things. I think I can do job interviews. I can do job trainings like at FedEx or UPS and things like that. Like different things like that. It just opens the door for me to be able to pick up a lot more work, and my hourly rate would be higher than just working in the school. So it does give me options. It does provide me more options, and so I can use that license to also increase my income. And then, and I know Dave Ramsey, something that he always says is that your income from your job is your biggest, like, well, how did he say it? Your biggest wealth building tool. So like if you have a job that you can leverage, then that is like the foundation for your wealth building, because you can always, like, you know how like at work I always work like the basketball games, the volleyball games, like I'm there, like I leverage the fact that I have a job there and I'm able to like pick up extra work, you know, earn more money. And only like with getting my credentials, I'm also able to like increase my value at work. You know what I mean? So yes, with a license, I work more and probably work more like higher level things, like higher level like meetings or, you know, things like that. But I want to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, why do what I do and not like want to improve or like work at higher levels? You know what I mean? So also, I'm continuing my degree. Every year my accountant is like he's trying to like give me deductions and stuff like that. So every year, he said, are you taking classes? No. Every year I'm like, nope. This year I am. So I know I told you guys that my summer school pay, I was going to use it to, let me back up. So remember I told you guys about the $2,100 car repair? And that was based on what I told him over the phone about the car. When I actually took it in last week, he said what he thought was the issue based on what I told him was a $2,100 repair. When he looked at it last week, it's only a $513 repair. So tomorrow morning, I'll take my car in, drop it off, and they're gonna do that repair. So I'm assuming with taxes and fees, it'll probably be $550 or something like that. But it's significantly lower than what I thought it was gonna be, which means I will have money left over from my summer school pay, which means that I was going to like still do something for my birthday, but then I decided to use that money to go back to school. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to school because part of me increasing my income over the next year and a half is like, how can I make more income? So my job does tuition reimbursement. And so I am going to register for 2 classes for the fall semester. I think class starts August 18th. And as a student, I can get tuition credit up to $2,500. And so not only will I get the money back that I paid, but I'll get a credit on top of that. And so I will have spent no money on school, and I get and that adds to like my income, like where I won't have to pay taxes because I work those like basketball games and volleyball games and things at the school and get those 1099s. 1099s are great if you can write off things. Working a basketball game, working volleyball, I don't get to write anything off because I'm not spending any money to do it. But doing YouTube, I do spend money to do that. And so I spend money to do that. And so, but I probably won't be spending a lot. Like I can write off my cell phone bills. I can write off probably Canva because I use that, like any subscriptions or software I use, I can write that off, like things like that. But getting that tax credit will help me not have to like pay taxes, you know, like owe more money or pay more money or whatever. So anyway, I'm just like leveraging those things, right? Because those things are practical, they're easy, they're doable, and so that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, so that's where we are right now. And then what else? So yeah, continuing growing and nurturing my YouTube channel. Y'all know I haven't been recording as much this year as I have in like last year, and I'm hoping to get back on track, get back on the schedule and things like that. So I mean, I think the highest I've ever like brought home was maybe $300, and that was like 2 months combined, because one was less than $100, and then the next one I made over $200 or something like that. But I do need to be more consistent, and then that money that I make for YouTube, like I'm gonna try to earn $150 a month on YouTube, and then tithe, and then pay that towards the car. That's what I'm gonna try to do, because it's really not enough to really do that much more with. Like, what else am I gonna do with like $150 really? So that's what I'm gonna do. So whatever money, so I didn't make any money. I shouldn't say that. I didn't meet the threshold for $100 in June or May. So right now I think I have like $65 sitting there, and so hopefully at the end of July I'll have altogether made $150. So when they pay me that money, I will, and I won't get it until August 21st or something like that. But anyway, I want to be able to get more consistent so that I can earn at least $150 a month, put that towards the car, and hopefully that'll help me pay it off sooner. The goal is to get the car paid off, so by 2026 I can be starting the like to work on my fully funding my emergency fund. And so yeah, it's a lot, because if I want to go to school, I do have to have $2,500 to go to school too, because our tuition reimbursement comes like in the fall. So if I'm starting in the fall of this year, I'll get the reimbursement next fall. They didn't used to do it like that. They used to do it at the end of each semester. I submit my grades, they give me a check, and I would sign up for the next semester, and so I would never have to like pay anything out of pocket. But because the reason that they do tuition reimbursement is because when you go to school, you'll use that degree or that certification or whatever to continue working for the co-op for the next 2 years, where people weren't doing that. People were like starting working with us as paraeducators. They would go to school, get their teaching degree, teaching certificate, do all that, and then they would take that and go work for somebody else. And they were like, nope. And so to guarantee that people stay, because if you leave, they're not going to pay you anything. So to stop people from doing that, it's like a year. So if I go to school this fall, I'll get that reimbursement next fall. So I have to figure out how to pay for this semester and next semester, and then in the fall I'll get that reimbursement, so then I can, because then that money will start coming in where I won't have to pay out of pocket anymore. So I just got to figure out this semester and next semester, and then we're good. And so yeah, so those are just like practical, doable things. The vending machine is on the shelf. The real estate investment is on the shelf. I need to build my foundation. I felt like my vision was too big, and I didn't really have like stepping stones to like get there, but now I have like stepping stones to get there. Let's increase my income. Let's do that. Let's just do the practical, do what's in front of me, take care of what's in front of me, stop the overspending, be diligent, and like go from there. You know what I mean? Because if I really want to, and I do need to really flesh out my why for wanting to retire at 55, right? I have reasons in my head. I do. I have reasons in my head, but I just need to like put words to it, like put words to like, why do I want to do that? Why do I feel like that's, something I made, you know what I mean? Like I have to figure it out. And also with me in like getting my state license and getting like just increasing my value at work and things like that, if I ever decided to move to a different state, that certification So my approval for working in K-12, I have a high enough score to where I can work in any state in the United States if I decided to just stay in education. And then my state certification is also accepted, I believe, in all the states. So, yeah, so just some things, you know, just getting things together. So this video was longer than I thought it was going to be. It's like 40 minutes, but hopefully I just need to stay on track. I really need to stay on track. And this month I'm just really, you know, these next 30 days, I can do 30-day increments. I can do 30 days. I can do 30 days. You know what I mean? So I feel like I finally like gotten on the right track. Finally am in a good headspace, a good, like, and I have like the next 3 weeks off, like, so I can really just, like, I'm not juggling a bunch of things. I'm not juggling work and marathon training. I wish I was juggling marathon training because I did pay for it. But I can't run. So I may have to actually go get that checked out and see what's going on. So that's where we are today. It's July 1st. So hopefully I have many more videos. I'm hoping to do a video Saturday or drop a video Saturday. I don't know when I'm actually recorded, but hopefully I'll have video on Saturday and then again on Sunday. So yeah. So if y'all have any questions about, like, if y'all have questions that helps me to come to some of these answers and help me like think deeper about early retirement, feel free to put it in the comments. I do have comments I need to respond to, and I'm gonna do that tonight. So I am making, did I tell y'all what I was making? I think so, yes. Beef fried rice with ribeye steak. That's what we're doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, get this video ready to get put up tomorrow afternoon, probably noonish. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later this week.